Harlan Hill is the CEO of Tally Voting and joins me now from New York, while Jim Manley is a Democratic strategist who is with me here in the studio. Jim, let's start with that letter from the FBI. How far do you think it can go in repairing the damage that was done by the letter of 9 days ago?
Oh, that damage has already been done. The question is what impact, if any, it's going to have on the race. And as far as I can tell, at least based on the polls so far, I don't see it having any impact on the Clinton campaign, but I continue to be very concerned about the impact it's going to have on the down ballot races, the Senate races. As far as I'm concerned, he should do the only honorable thing, and he should resign. He totally mishandled this situation.
Harlan, what do you say to that? Mr. Comey should resign.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Look, it doesn't matter what your politics are. Director Comey has done the American people a remarkable disservice. You know, just a week out from the election, he injected himself by sending this original letter to Congress, and then just 2 days before the election, he does it again. This is totally inappropriate. It's the politicization of the FBI, and he should resign. He has done the American people a remarkable disservice. He's done both candidates a remarkable disservice. It's unprecedented.
But Harlan, if we get back to the actual campaign, we saw Mike Pence come out even after the letter last night and say that Hillary Clinton has committed a crime. Surely they should not be using that kind of language, given what we've been hearing.
Well, I actually will push back there, because I actually think that she did commit a series of crimes. You know, just yesterday we saw in the New York Post that she directed her subordinates to send classified documents and communications to her maid in her D.C. home to print out for her, someone that did not have the clearance to consider classified documents. She that she destroyed evidence after she had received a federal subpoena for evidence that was material to a federal investigation, specifically naming all of her emails, and she destroyed 33,000 of them. So she has committed crimes. I think the FBI is looking the other way, but that doesn't matter. So close to the election, the FBI should not have politicized themselves by interjecting, you know, anything into this race.
And Jim, that is part of the problem, isn't it? That what the voter hears is Clinton email scandal, and this noise just gets greater and greater. So the fact that there's nothing criminal in these latest emails ends up meaning nothing almost.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is most Americans made up their own mind about Clinton a long time ago. So like you just said, a lot of this is noise. But again, to go back to the email situation, my concern is that 44 million Americans have already voted. The question is, what kind of an impact this is having on the election, and what kind of an impact it's going to have tomorrow.
Okay. Harlan, let's look at the polls for a minute, because our viewers around the world are following them so closely, and they do show Hillary Clinton ahead now. Do you believe them, or do you think there are a lot of shy Trump supporters out there in those battleground states?
I can tell you from firsthand experience that there are a lot of closeted Trump supporters, people that are afraid of retribution if they're to step up and say that, hey, they support Trump. I struggled with this for a long time. I'm a registered Democrat, and I am supporting Donald Trump. So I can tell you from firsthand experience that this is a real phenomenon.
Why are you supporting Donald Trump, then, if you're a registered Democrat?
Well, I mean, for one, Hillary Clinton has a 30-year track record of lies, deceit, and fraud. You know, moving on from that, she's flip-flopped so many times on trade, I don't know really where she stands. And that's pretty much the hallmark of Hillary Clinton. If you look at WikiLeaks, pretty much anything that she said publicly, in private, she says the direct inverse. And so I don't trust her. I think that she's willing to triangulate to win any vote. And I think that a lot of Americans believe that. Even if they're voting for Hillary Clinton, I think a lot of people support her with the full realization that they can't fully trust her.
Jim, I have to let you respond to that, because actually some of what Harlan's saying is what I've heard from Trump supporters over the weekend, that they simply don't trust her. They see years of what they say are lies from her.
And I've known Hillary Clinton for years, and I know her to be an honest, good person who has got an incredible story and who's a very skilled legislator. You know, there's such hatred of Clinton right now. It's just doesn't match reality. Has she made mistakes before? Yes. Should she have handled some of these situations better, including this email server? Yes. Is she a good, honest, decent person? Absolutely. Do I want her to be the next president of the United States? Yes. Is she going to be the next president of the United States? The answer to that is yes as well.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you both very much for joining us here on